Hello and welcome to Non-Inkables. As promised, a second video for this week. We are going over the released cards so far for Azurite C. I know I usually do it by franchise, but I think this time I'm going to do it by color just because it makes more sense when you're thinking of what changes you could make to a potential deck. And I did check right before starting this recording, so this is updated until October 8th at 12:53 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I know the past, whenever I make these videos, like the minute after I finish recording, they release new cards, so maybe that'll happen again. But it is up to date as to the current. The first card we have is Chip, Friend Indeed. It is a 3-cost inkable card in Amber, 3 strength, 3 willpower, Storyborn hero, and his ability is Dale's Partner. When you play this character, chosen character gets +1 lore this turn. And he quests for a 1. So very similar to the Donald Duck Musketeer Bodyguard that we got in this past set of set 5. And then we also have Chip as Ranger Leader, 4-cost inkable card. I like how different the art seems on this one, at least like the coloring. And it is a 3-cost, it is a 3 strength, 4 willpower, quest for 2, and the ability is the value of friendship. When you have a character named Dale in play, this character gains support. Very much, I think, very in line with Amber's whole support stuff. And then obviously with this kind of effect, you would want to play this in a Chip and Dale deck for sure. And then we have Chip and Dale Recovery Rangers, 8-cost uninkable cards, super expensive, 6 strength, 6 willpower, but quests for 3, and it shifts at 5. And so you could shift it on both a Chip card or a Dale card. And its ability is Search and Rescue. During your turn, whenever a card is put into your inkwell, you may return a character card from your discard to your hand. So that's kind of cool. It's kind of like when you ink, you can do a tiny little Chernobog type effect, which reminds me of like a Grammatala. It almost makes me think you would have to play like a Amber Sapphire deck, which to me is always Cal colors because I went to Cal. Yeah, I also saw the French version of this card, and in French, Chip and Dale is Tic Attack, which I think is hilarious. It's so cute. They're Tic Attack. Our last trip to Disneyland, we saw Chip and Dale. And fun fact, if you don't know which one is Chip and which one is Dale, Chip is the one with the black nose. I always think of like chocolate chip, and then Dale is the one with the red nose. That's how you tell them apart. Next, we have Dale Friend in Need. 3-cost inkable card, 3 strength, 4 willpower, quest for 2, and his ability is Chip's Partner. Adding words that aren't there. This character enters play exerted unless you have a character named Chip in play. So I think this is definitely the bottom half of this card. So here's Chip up here, lowering a rope, and then there's Dale getting the rope. The scene does kind of remind me a little bit of like Princess Bride with like Wesley up here, and then this is Inigo. Or no, this is Wesley, and up top is Inigo on the cliffs. And next we have Dale Mischievous Ranger, 4-cost inkable card, 3 strength, 4 willpower, quest for 1. The ability is Nuts About Pranks. When you play this character, you may put the top 3 cards of your deck into your discard to give chosen character -3 attack until the start of your next turn. And it has 3 acorns, so I assume he's throwing 3 acorns at somebody to give them that -3 strength. Next, we have Jim Hawkins, Honorable Pirate, 7-cost inkable card, 4 strength, 7 willpower. It has bodyguard, it quests for 2, and its ability is Hire a Crew. When you play this character, look at the top 4 cards of your deck. You may reveal any number of pirate cards, character cards, and put them in your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. So this is like, I feel like we have a lot of cards now that let you look at the top 4 and put a particular type of card in your hand. So like Ariel lets you put a song, you've got Queen Diviner lets you put an item, and this one lets you put characters. And it's kind of reminiscent of, I want to say the dog cards. I can't remember which one, whether it's Pongo or Perdito or Lucky or Rolly or one of those cards that I think lets you do something similar. And next we have Judy Hopps. She is a 6-cost inkable card, 3/6, quest for 2, and has support. And her ability is Need Some Help. At the end of your turn, you may ready another chosen character of yours. So it kind of protects it. I mean, that character can't go and do anything else because it's at the end of your turn, but it does protect it from direct attack or challenge, I suppose. Next, we have Rescue Rangers Away. 2-cost inkable card. Count the number of characters you have in play. Chosen character loses strength equal to that number until the start of your next turn. So it's almost like it's kind of like an ice blocky thing based on the number of characters you have in play. So I could see this comboing with some sort of like red base removal where it's where you can remove things based on their strength. Yeah, and so I think that is it for Amber. Okay, next we have Ferry Ship Royal Vessel. This is a 1-cost card in Amethyst. It has 4 willpower and costs 1 to move there. Although I don't know why you would move there because it doesn't do anything, and it passively gains 1 lore. The flavor text says, legends say that each time something goes missing, it's been taken to build ferry ships of the Azurite Sea. So I'm wondering if this is where all the lost socks go to. Next, we have this 2-cost inkable card item, Mad Hatter's Teapot. No room, no room. Exert this card and pay 1 ink, and then each opponent puts the top card of their deck into their discard. So this would be an interesting combo, I think, to play with Merlin's Cottage, because Merlin's Cottage, everybody plays with the top card of their deck face up. And so if you see a card that you're like, oh, I don't want them to have the card, you would just exert Mad Hatter's Teapot and go, no card for you. And the flavor text says, Alice, my goodness, the tea missed the cup. Mad Hatter, no, no, my dear, the cup missed the tea. And I like the art because it is there's 2 spouts on this teacup, and somehow the tea is only pouring out of the top spout, not the bottom spout. That doesn't seem to make sense. And then also the tea is definitely like about to go in the teacup and then just kind of diverts itself away. But of course, it's Alice, so nothing makes sense. Next, we have Pixie Dust, 4-cost uninkable card, an item. Faith and Trust, you exert, pay 2, so really 6 cost total. Chosen character gains Challenger +2 and Evasive until the start of your next turn. It seems like kind of maybe a slow card, but maybe you could get it to work. And then we have Rafiki Ethereal Guide, 9 cost, so super expensive, and also uninkable, 6/6, but quests for 4, shift 7, and the ability is Astral Attunement. During your turn, whenever a card is put into your inkwell, you may draw a card. So more draw power for Amethyst, and quests for a bazillion, but very expensive. But there are very cheap shift targets for this. So there's that Rafiki that you can play on 1. That is 0/2, Challenger 3. I think there's several other Rafikis. Next, we have Sisu in her element, 5-cost inkable card. 3/6, quest for 2, has Challenger +2, so becomes a 5/6 when challenging. And her flavor text is, I'm a water dragon. This is water. It's sort of my thing. I think this is a card that would be very good in sealed. Next, we have Le Fée Clochette. I don't speak French. Okay. Next, we have Tinkerbell. And I guess her name in French is La Fée Clochette. I know Fée is Fée. I don't know. I don't read French. I only got to lesson 1 in Duolingo. So sorry to all the French speakers out there. And it is Queen of the Azurite Fairies. And it is a 7-cost inkable card, 5 strength, 6 willpower, quest for 2. She shifts on 5. She also has evasive, and her ability is leading example. Whenever this character quests, your other fairies get +1 lore this turn. I think this is similar to, I want to say Anna maybe does this in Sapphire. I feel like there's someone else who also does this, but I love a Tinkerbell fairy deck. The other fairies we have, I believe, is like Fairy Godmother and Blue Fairy, and I don't know if we have any other fairies other than that. Okay, so the other fairies we have available are Blue Fairy, Fairy Godmother, and then like the Sleeping Beauty fairies. So like Merryweather, Flora, and Fauna, and that's it. So maybe we'll get more fairies in the next set. Last but not least, we have this legendary card. I just noticed that you can see Yzma's feet in the bottom part. I don't know if that was a thing before. Okay, so she is a 4-cost inkable card, 3 strength, 3 willpower, quest for 2. Her ability is Feel the Power. You can exert, and if you have fewer than 3 cards in your hand, draw until you have 3 cards in your hand. So it kind of reminds me of, what is it, Prince John's Mirror, kind of, that does this? I think that one is to discard, and your opponent discards until you have 3, though. And her flavor text says, one of these has got to work. Let's see what happens. I love Yzma. She's the best. All right, next we have all of our Emerald cards. This first one is Captain Hook, Underhanded, 3-cost inkable card, 1 strength, 4 willpower, quest for 2. He has 2 abilities. One is Inspires Dread. When this character is exerted, opposing pirate characters can't quest. And he also has Upper Hand. Whenever this character is challenged, draw a card. Next we have Daisy Duck, 4-cost inkable card. She is a pirate captain. Her ability is Distant Shores. Whenever one of your other character quests at a location, something, something, something. Okay. So Daisy Duck, pirate captain. She is a 4-cost inkable card with unknown strength, unknown willpower, unknown lore at this point. Her ability is Distant Shores. Whenever one of your question mark characters, chosen characters, other characters, I don't know, quest while at a location, something happens. We just don't know what it is. And her flavor text says the answers we're looking for on the other side of that maze. I just know it. Next, we have Donald Duck, First Mate, 3-cost inkable card, 2 strength, 3 willpower, quest for 1. His ability is Captain on Deck. While you have a captain character in play, this character gets +2 lore. So you could do like a Donald Duck, Captain Hook, Smee type of pirate deck, which would be pretty cool. Then we have Fred, Mascot by Day, 1-cost inkable card, 1/1, quest for 1. His ability is, how cool is that? Whenever this character is challenged, gain 2 lore. I mean, that I think is cool, but I feel like usually people would just not challenge this character and would get rid of it some other way with some sort of direct removal or something like that. And then his flavor text says, but by night, I am also a school mascot. And this comes directly from the movie. You can tell because the little line above the flavor text is a book, which means it comes from the original source material. If it is a pen, it's something that was written for Lorcana. And then if it's a music, no, it's like a lyric from the song. Next, we have Go Go Tamago. Darting Dynamo, 2-cost inkable card, 2/2, quest for 1. She is evasive. She also has Stop Whining, Woman Up. When you play this character, you may pay 2 ink to gain lore equal to the damage on chosen opposing character. Kind of specific. So, but does definitely fit in with the, maybe you call it archetype of Emerald, where it does a lot of like stuff with damage and damage characters. Next, we have Goofy, Evil Shipwright, 5-cost inkable card. He is, I believe, another one of those cards that we have unknown strength and unknown willpower because this is the only picture of him that we've got. And he does have ward, and his ability is Clever Design. Whenever this character, something, something, chosen character gains ward until the end of your next turn, maybe. But I'm going to guess whenever this character quests, most likely is what that text says. Although, don't know for sure. And then we have Honey Lemon, Chemical Genius, another one from Big Hero 6. She is a 2-cost inkable card, 1/1, quest for 2. And she has, here's the best part. When you play this character, you may pay 2 ink to have each opponent choose and discard a card. So she's got like a little sudden chill ability, as long as you pay the cost of a sudden chill. Next, we've got Jasmine. So this was the most recent card released at the time I am shooting this video, and it caught my eye because I love how Jasmine looks. I just like her outfit. I think the colors look good, and she's very pretty. 3-cost inkable card, 2/3, quest for 1, and her ability is by the order of the princess. When you play this character, choose 1. You can either exert chosen damage character or chosen opposing character gains reckless during their next turn. So I think this is kind of, maybe this is a theme coming out with some of the new princess cards in Emerald, where when you play them, you can do multiple things, because the Anna that we got for this past set also is similar. Although for her ability, I believe you have to pay 2 ink. But this could definitely be helpful for if you give the opposing character reckless. That would be really good if you gave it to like Hiram or to Tamatoa, and then they can't quest. Or to something else where like when they quest something happens, you just prevent them from doing that. All right. And next we have Peter Pan, Neverland Prankster, 7-cost inkable card, 4 strength, 6 willpower, quest for 1. And he has 2 abilities. One is Look Innocent. This character enters play exerted and can't take a joke. While this character is exerted, each opposing player can't gain lore unless one of their characters has challenged this turn. So this makes me think, you play this card, right? He's exerted. And then your opponent has to challenge. But what if you have nothing available for them to challenge? What if Peter Pan is the only character you have on board that's exerted? Then it seems like Actually, let me think about this. So if you play Peter Pan and he's exerted, if he is the only character and you have a character on board, your character could challenge Peter Pan, but then that character can't quest. So let's say you had like a Tamatoa, then you couldn't be able to quest, and you have to challenge. Worst would be if you had like a Sisu, a big Sisu on board. So a 5/4 Sisu. You can't gain lore, so you wouldn't even be able to dime your Sisu for lore unless that Sisu quests, or unless that Sisu challenges, if say that Sisu is your only character. But if you challenge this Peter Pan, your Sisu would be banished and this Peter Pan would still be there. So then you can't dime your Sisu anyways because it's banished. So very interesting. I feel like this would frustrate a lot of people. And next for Emerald, we have Stitch, Alien Buccaneer, 4-cost uninkable card, 3/4, quest for 2, shifts on 3, has the ability Ready for Action. When you play this character, if you use Shift to play him, you may put an action card from your discard on the top of your deck. And then that is it for the Emerald cards. Moving on to Ruby, we have Adora Beazle, Winterpop, 3-cost inkable card, 1 strength, 5 willpower, quest for 1. Her ability is Keep Driving. When this character has damage, she gets +1 lore. So I suppose maybe you could somehow combine this with Sugar Rush Speedway, because you can exert there and you get 1 damage, and then you can move your character somewhere else. And her flavor text says, it'll take more than that to knock me out of the race. Next, we have Kakamora, 4-cost uninkable card, 5/2, has Rush. So a pretty big, I would say not a big butt, but a big front. I don't know. Pretty large strength. And quest for 1. And the flavor text says, Moana, do you think they saw us? Maui, they saw us. So obviously from the movie Moana. And I like that he has tape on his feet and his feet kind of look like hands. It's a little confusing, but kind of cool. Next, we have Mickey Mouse, Pirate Captain. So definitely a lot of pirate things this set. 5-cost inkable card, unknown strength, unknown willpower, and shifts on 3 and has the ability Mariner's Might. Whenever this character quests, chosen pirate gets +2 attack and gains. This character takes no damage in any challenges this turn. So that's kind of cool. Essentially, you quest this one, and then all of your other pirate characters are extra strong and also don't get damaged. So can take out a lot of things. And I'm just thinking, like, what if you combine this with Shield of Virtue or LeFou, and they can ready and challenge again? That would be cool. And I think LeFou's not a pirate, but he's a villain. Right. Next we have Minnie Mouse, Pirate Lookout. She is a 3-cost uninkable card, also with unknown strength, unknown willpower, unknown lore, and her ability is Land Ho. Once during your turn, when something card is put into your inkwell, you may something location card from your discard to your something. So I don't know if it's to your hand, to your deck, what, but she can do some stuff, essentially. Next, we have Tigger in the Crow's Nest. He is a 3-cost inkable card in Ruby, 0/4, quest for 1, has evasive, so a little bit better than the other 0/4s we've seen. And his ability is Swash Your Buckles. Whenever you play an action, this character gets +1 strength and +1 lore this turn, which seems unhelpful because you would only get the benefit of either the strength or the lore, and probably not both, unless you're rewriting him with something else. And last but not least, we have Wendy Darling, 2-cost uninkable card, 1/2, quest for 1, evasive, courageous captain. She has the ability Look Lively, Crew. While you have another pirate character in play, this character gets +1 attack and +1 lore. So similar to the Tigger before, except for that one you had to have an action. And same thing, same kind of comment. Kind of hard to use unless you have something that re-readies her, so you can use both the additional strength and the additional lore. Next, we have Sapphire, which had a ton of cards released, and they all seem to be kind of like inventory, itemy. And as of this recording, the team has gone off of the item deck and is back to RB traditional. And then, yeah, we're a mess right now. Let's say undecided on what to play. I kind of still want to play items, but I don't know. We'll see. I'll do some more playtesting today and tomorrow. Maybe I'll change my mind. All right, so this is a 5-cost inkable card, Baymax Armored Companion, 2/6, quest for 2. The ability is The Treatment is Working. When you play this character and whenever he quests, you may remove up to 2 damage from another chosen character of yours. Gain 1 lore for each 1 damage removed this way. So Maybe this could also go into a blue-yellow deck where you heal with Rapunzel. You get cards from Rapunzel and, oh, I guess not, never mind. Because if Rapunzel heals, you get the cards. If this guy heals, you get the lore. So you'd have to choose. Maybe not. I take it back. I thought they would somehow synergize, but they don't. All right, next. I think you'd need Grandpappy for that. We have Baymax Personal Healthcare Companion. PHC, 3-cost inkable card, 0/4, quest for 2. He has 2 abilities, fully charged. If you have an inventor character in play, you may pay 1 ink less to play this character. So if you had 3 inventors in play, say like a Hiram and a Belle and a Maurice, you could play him for free. And then his other abilities, you said ow. 2 ink, so you pay 2 ink, remove up to 1 damage from another chosen character. Kind of expensive, huh? All right, we also have Gadget Hack Wrench at 6 ink inkable, 3/6 quest for 3, shifts on 4, and has mechanically savvy. When you have 3 or more items in play, you pay 1 ink less to play your inventor character. So I feel like you have all these things that can synergize. Some of the inventors, if you have items in play, you pay some of the inventors, when you have them in play, you can pay less for items, and then you just get a bunch of free items, and then you play her, then you have pay 1 ink less to play your inventor characters. It feels like it's just the cycle of inventors and items. It's gonna get out of control. I'm very excited. You also have this Gadget Hack Wrench that she can shift onto. 2-cost inkable card, 2/3, quest for 1. It is a vanilla card, and she has the flavor text. All the clues pointed to an island, but I never thought I'd see it on a map. Golly, this is incredible. I mean, this island actually exists, so it's technically credible, but still, this is amazing. And then we have We Could Be Immortals. That's not how the song goes, but I always think of the Moulin Rouge song that's like, we could be heroes. We can't do that. So that's what this makes me think of. That's not the song. 4-cost inkable action song in Sapphire. Your inventor characters gain resist +6. Resist +6. Let me repeat myself. Resist +6. I don't think we've seen anything with that much resist. That is so much resist. That makes basically steal removal obsolete if they play the song. If you have red removal, still screwed. Because like this is like having 6 Cogsworth sap. And then you get to put this card into your inkwell face down and exerted, so you're ramping still. So this is, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan. I really want to play Sapphire next set. I had a lot of fun this set so far, and I feel like next set is going to be off the hook. And then we have Hiro Hamada, 3-cost inkable card, Robotics Prodigy, 0/3, quest for 1. His ability is Sweet Tech, so you can exert him, pay 2 ink, search your deck for an item card or a robot character card, and reveal it to all players. Shuffle your deck and put that card on top of it. So this gives you the ability to shuffle your deck, which I think this set, playing items, would be helpful, because a lot of times when we play items, like you do the queen or you do scuttle and you get to look at the top 4 cards, and sometimes you're like, oh shoot, all of my Tomatos are on the bottom now. I know where they are. So this lets you kind of shuffle that. And you can also search for an item. You can be like, where's my lucky dime? Let me go get it. And so, yeah, I think this is an interesting card for an item deck. Next, we have Hiro Hamada, Team Leader, 4-cost inkable card, 1/5, quest for 1, 2 abilities. So it seems like a lot of characters with 2 abilities this time. I need to upgrade all of you. Your other inventor characters gain resist +1 and shape the future. 2 ink, look at the top card of your deck. Put it either on the top or the bottom of your deck. Then we have Nick Wilde, 1-cost inkable card, 1/2, quest for 1, Soggy Fox. This seems like a slightly different art style than the ones before. It doesn't have that like crisp black outline. And his ability is Nice to Have a Partner. While you have another character with support in play, this character gets +2 strength. So he's strengthened by his friends. All right, and then we have Oswald. So this one we saw in the D23 set. 2-cost uninkable card, 2/1, quest for 2. His ability is Favorable Chance. During your turn, whenever a card is put into your inkwell, so at least once per turn probably, you may reveal the top card of your deck. If it is an item deck, you may play that item for free and it enters play exerted. Otherwise, put it on the bottom of your deck. So kind of like, I feel like the other card that does something similar is Daisy Duck, which is when Daisy Duck quest, your opponent gets to look at the top card. If it's a character, they can put it in their hand. If not, they put it on the bottom. So kind of that like, take a look. thing, but I think better because you could play it for free. So you could play Lucky Dime for free. You could play, what are other expensive items? Mainly just Lucky Dime. What if you could play Sardine Can for free? Because that item I feel like doesn't get played because it's too expensive. But now if you could do it with Oswald, maybe not. I really like the art on this because it's black and white, and he's like ripping away the black and white. And then we have Wasabi. 4-cost inkable card, Methodical Engineer, 3/3, quest for 1. Also has 2 abilities, one of which is Blades of Fury. When you play this character, you may banish chosen item. Its player gains 1 lore. So kind of like a Benja type thing, but you're also giving that person 1 lore. You could also banish one of your own items and get a lore. And then he also has Quick Reflexes. During your turn, this character gains Evasive, so he can kill Diablo. I feel like that's what we all say when we're like, oh, it has Evasive. Can kill Diablo and survive. Yeah. And then we have Yokai, Enigmatic Inventor. Oh, I wanted to make a mention. Wasabi always gave me Chado vibes from Bleach. The guy with the arm in Bleach. Yeah. Anyways, Yokai, Enigmatic Inventor, 4-cost inkable card, 3/3, quest for 2. His ability is Time to Upgrade. Whenever this character quests, you may return one of your items to your hand to pay 2 ink less for the next item you play this turn. So you could pay 2, return a Popsicle. Wait, hold on. You could quest him, return Popsicle to your hand, and then play Popsicle for free. You could have him quest, return, I don't know, if we have that many 2-cost items, I don't think they get used very often, but a 3-cost item could be like Bang Crossbow, I don't know. But it doesn't say where you return it. I don't know. I think this will have to be clarified. So it says you may return one of your items to your hand, but does that mean that item has to be in play, or can the item you return to your hand be from your discard? Unclear. So we'll have to have a judge clear that up. Who knows? And that is it for Sapphire. Last color, they didn't give very many cards for Steel yet, or have revealed them yet. I mean, they're the same every set, but they haven't revealed very many for Steel. So we have this location, Galactic Council Chamber Courtroom, 3-cost inkable card, has 7 willpower, and costs 1 to move people there. It passively gains 1 lore, and the ability is Federation Decree. While you have an alien or robot character here, this location can't be challenged. The only other thing that kind of gives like locations can't be challenged, I think, is the wall from set 3, maybe set 4, set 3. Yeah, so interesting. We don't have that many alien characters. It's mainly like the Jim Hawkins characters plus Baymax and Stitch. So maybe we'll get more. Next, we have Hot Potato, 3-cost inkable card. When I first saw this, I thought that was a picture of a hot dog, but it is not. It is his plasma blaster with a carrot stuck in it. And it is an action. You can choose one, either deal 2 damage to chosen character or banish chosen item. And the flavor text is, this is not going to end well. Bleakly. And the last card we have is a 2-cost inkable card, Mr. Smee, Steadfast Mate, 3 strength, 2 willpower, quest for 1, has the ability Good Catch. During your turn, this character gains Evasive. So similar to that Cruella de Vil. She's also 3/2, I think, in Steel. Maybe she's in Blue, and gains Evasive on her turn. And he has caught Tinkerbell, and his flavor text is Captain Hook, like a word with ya. And that is it for all of our new cards. Present when I'm speaking this. All right, let's get started. Okay, that is it for all the new cards so far. Of course, I'm sure they're going to release a bunch now that I've recorded this video. What do you guys think? What are you excited about? I personally am excited to play Sapphire items again, and or continue playing Sapphire items. I don't know yet, since I haven't decided if I'm going to continue with Sapphire items for this set. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. What are your plans? What are you cooking? What are you brewing? And that's it. As always, keep shuffling. Hopefully you don't end up with a whole handful of non-inkables like me. All right, bye.